Hey guys, it's Brett from Real Response, and what we want to go over today is just looking at the improvised tourniquet. The main purpose for this video is mainly just for educational purposes to see how we deliver it on courses. So we're just going to quickly run through a few additional tips that they haven't missed out on COBA, but just things we've found to be useful over the time. So the first thing we want to look at is just the material. The main focus with the material is just making sure that it is sturdy and it's not going to rip. So the one thing is just to mention that the material that they get, or the triangular bandages they get in the course, is spun bound, which means it will just rip very, very easily. So that's really important when we're describing that to the students. So something that of cotton is not going to rip easily. So shorts, a bandana, but the ones they get in their workplace first aid kits, just to make sure that they are cotton, that they can use appropriately. The next one we're going to look at is the windlass. So again, try and find items around the classroom that patients or students may have on them that you can just call upon that in realistic time they might be able to have. So pens, screwdrivers, scissors. Discuss the main priority is just to make sure that it's not going to break or snap when they're using it. So I don't really mind what they use as long as it's sturdy enough that it's not going to snap under tension. The next thing we're going to look at is your locking mechanism. So again, it's not an essential part unless they don't want to sit there holding that windlass in place for the duration, waiting for the ambulance to arrive. They can just improvise and put a little locking mechanism on the material that they can lock that windlass into. So we'll look at just using some things that come around, so people with bracelets, the person's watch potentially, and also just looking at a water bottle, how you can use it as the windlass, but also that the little cap that comes off underneath the lid, how you can pull that off and screw that back on to help lock it in place. So what we're going to look at now is how to actually apply this. Again, if you follow the video on COBA, it works really well. I'm not sure if everyone's going to have access to this, but it's a really good reference. I've also put a bunch of reference material in the training resources guide where you can go through the videos of different people applying different methods. So the first thing we're going to look at is just is how to apply. So just remembering that the item needs to be cotton or sturdy, that it's not going to break. As per in the video, we're going to go around, we're going to come back on itself. If you need to go again as well, that works perfectly fine too. So you can come around again a couple of times. So you've got enough tail there to tie a knot and put a windlass in place. Now with that locking mechanism, this is where it comes in handy. So if you need to take your watch off the patient, you can take that off, lock it back on, and make a loop so you can put it, and we're going to slide it over one of those tails, and then from there we're going to tie down once, making sure that loop is off to the side. We're going to put another loop on top, and that's when you're going to grab your windlass. Again, don't really mind what it is, just something sturdy that's not going to break under tension. We're going to tie that in place nice and tight, and then we're going to start to twist. So tell me if it's too uncomfortable. We're going to twist, twist, twist. And again, like I said, you can put another bandage on and then tie it in place if you really want. But if you've put that on first, you can slide that in, making sure it's locked in place, and that will act as your locking mechanism. Okay, so again, you can use anything for that. Bracelet, bit of string, anything, just understanding that this is obviously going to take a bit of time. So just reiterating the fact that there needs to be constant pressure on that wound whilst you're getting this ready to go. Okay. Whilst everything's there, I'll just quickly show you how we use the water bottle as well. So again, the same principles apply all over again. The good thing with these, especially in developing countries, there's water bottles all over the shop. You may be next to an IGA, a service station, that you can run in and grab one if you can't get access to anything else. Being a service station, there's probably a mechanic or someone around as well, so try them first. But in a pinch, you empty all the water out, okay? You scroll it down or squish it right down, so that's going to now act as your windlass. This is quite time consuming, so I've pre-prepared it, but you've got to try to rip that off, okay? So ripping it off nice and quickly, okay? That's going to act as your locking mechanism there. So again, as before, we're going to slide that over. From there, tie that down as tight as possible. Go again. You're going to put your windlass in place. being the water bottle. That can move depending how you need to get access to it. Is that right? One more. Twist, twist, twist. And then from there, again, you can hold it in place. You can slide that over the top of the water bottle. Again, if it can go all the way down, that would be perfect. And then you can use that cap to sit on top. Like so. Again, it's going to depend on your water bottle, just making sure, so the same principles apply. If that water bottle is too flimsy and you can't get enough tension, obviously that's not working, use something else. But if you've got a nice sturdy water bottle, so the Gatorade ones work really well, you can twist and then that just acts as that locking mechanism. Again, if all else is failing and you just need to hold it in place, that's going to be working perfectly fine as well. Okay, so just to recap, the main principles of things we want to be aware of. I'll just rip this off your arm so it's not cutting off circulation. So we're looking at the material, again, nice and sturdy. It's not going to rip or tear under tension or pressure. You can use the patient's clothes as well, okay, to pull in the opposite direction and just use it like you would. But cotton works really well. You've got a locking mechanism in place. Again, it's just a nice to have. Otherwise, you're just going to be holding it there the whole time. And you've got a windlass that is nice and sturdy. Making sure that bandage is nice and broad. So again, it's not going to cut into that tissue and cause further damage or unnecessary damage, okay? So those are the main principles with improvised tourniquet. There's a lot of resources online. I've co-located them all, so please feel free to go through and just have a look.